For today's video, I'm refilming a video kind of like first impressions that I lost inside my external hard drive. So it's not going to be first impressions, obviously. I'm just going to basically test it out in front of you guys and give you the review since I have already used it more than once. Let's just jump into the video. I am going to talk about two products. The first product that I will be talking about will be the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. And I will be using that foundation with the second product that I will be talking about, and this is the new NYX Complete Control Blending Sponge. Let's start. On the Maybelline website, it says that the saturated color pigments provide an ultra transforming effect in this long-lasting foundation. The lightweight yet high impact coverage formula glides onto the skin for a flawless makeup finish that lasts all day. If you are unsure between two shades, go with the lighter one. Oil-free, doesn't clog pores, and it's dermatologist tested. So this foundation claims to be full coverage. It says here on the bottle up to 24 hours. So I won't be testing it for 24 hours. I'll try to come back probably like late tonight to try to get more hours as possible. I will not retouch or touch my face while I have this foundation on to just show you how it lasts. So this foundation retails for $14.99 Canadian on the Maybelline website. I actually purchased this at Shoppers Drug Mart. It actually costs more. It's $18.49. If you wanted to get this cheaper, you can get it online or you can go to Walmart. I actually saw it at Walmart and it retails for $12.96. The only bad thing about getting it at Walmart is that you won't be able to test it on because they don't have testers. So I would recommend to either go to Shoppers or Rexall to check which shade is your color, and once you picked out your shade, go to Walmart since you can get it cheaper. This foundation has a variety of 16 shades just like the Fit Me foundation. I picked out the color 310 in Sun Beige. I actually did not read what I read to you guys where it says if you're unsure between two shades, go with the lighter one. I went with the darkest one. To be honest guys, I know that this is not my color. It may appear to be my color in camera because the first time I filmed it, I was telling you guys that it was not my color. I can actually see it in person. It looks a lot more darker than my neck. But in camera, it seemed to be my color, like the perfect color, but it does not look like that. Trust me, guys. So I am going to get my hands on the lightest shade. I am going to be using this foundation, I know for sure, in summertime because I know I get darker. So it's gonna come in handy. I'm still gonna use it. Anyways, the only Maybelline foundation that I've tried before was the Fit Me foundation, the hydrating one. And I really like that foundation. It's just I felt like you could actually see. It wouldn't cake up because it was hydrating, but you can still see a little bit of makeup. I decided to try a new foundation. As you guys all know me, I've been using the same foundation for over a year now, and that is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. And the reason why I have not switched from this foundation is because this little guy is super lightweight. It's very watery. You can build it up to actually get full coverage. I don't break out with this foundation. Now, the 3 times that I've used this foundation, it actually looks very lightweight on the skin. You don't feel like you have anything on your face, and it does not look cakey at all. When I filmed the first time, I had blemishes on my forehead and it actually covered it. I also wanted to talk about the packaging on this little guy, and it is basically the same as the Fit Me foundation, except that the cap is actually black on the Fit Me foundation and this one is white, and it actually brings a pump. The Maybelline Fit Me foundation that I used to use did not have a pump. I don't know if this is something they've added to all of their foundations, but I remember the Fit Me foundation having a hole and I would just have to pour some on my hand. I've seen pictures on the internet where it actually has a pump and the pump is just black. I honestly don't know because I have not purchased it again. I actually felt the difference when trying this foundation and remembering the Fit Me foundation, and I actually prefer the formula on this one. I forgot to mention that on the website it actually tells you how to use it with your fingertips or your sponge. Before trying this guy out, I'm going to talk about the NYX sponge. Alright, so NYX came out with a new sponge. If you didn't know, they actually had a sponge already, and this is called the Flawless Finish Blending Sponge. This retails for $10 Canadian, and when you actually grab the sponge, it feels very hard, like harder than a beauty blender. But So when you do damp it in water, it actually feels a little bit softer. This normal sponge actually has one flat side and the rest is kind of rounded to do the foundation, and this the concealer. Normally I use this side, which is the more rounder side, to apply liquid highlighters. So that was the sponge that NYX already had, and they came out with a newer sponge, which is this one right here. It's called the Complete Control Sponge. It retails for $13. It says in the box, you're in control. This ultra versatile blending sponge features two beveled sides for smooth and even makeup application, plus a precision tip that fits into those hard to reach spots and makes micro contouring a breeze. I actually prefer this sponge over the first one they came out with because of the texture. The texture is a lot smoother and softer in this new sponge. I have tried this with the Maybelline foundation already and other foundations, and I do really like it. I really do like the finish with the sponge and the foundation together. It's just flawless. Like it says in the box, you're in control. You use the sponge however you want to use it. I actually use the bigger flat side for foundation, the smaller tip for concealer, the long sides of the sponge for liquid highlighter whenever I do use it. There's also another flat side right here which has a NYX logo print. I have not used that side because of the logo print and because it's a little bit further in. I don't really contour with cream products. I guess if I would try it. I also have not used it to bake because my under eye is very sensitive, so now every time I bake I have to use a brush so it actually covers everything and it doesn't crease. Maybe to bake to get that sharp contour. I don't really sharp contour my face, so I guess whenever I have to I would actually use it for that. I'm just gonna wet the sponge so I can do my foundation and concealer, and I'll be right back. So we're gonna try the foundation now. I really like the fact that they have a pump, so I just squeeze out. I just did two little pumps, probably one full pump right here. The last time I used a brush to spread the foundation all over, but I actually prefer if I just dip the sponge. I am not putting anything to cover, you know, my blemishes because I know it is full coverage. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but it is darker than my neck. I actually saw a video on Instagram from Maybelline where they actually use this foundation to hide a tattoo. That's how full coverage it is. I just got the wrong color. As you guys can see, it did cover my blemishes, see? I really like this foundation. I seriously need to get my real shade. Or I need to get darker ASAP. I mean, spring is just starting here in Canada. So I did two more little pumps. You can definitely build it up as well. I really like how lightweight this foundation is. I don't think you guys can see that it's not my shade. It actually looks good on camera. Well, on my monitor it looks like it's my color, but it's not. When I tried this foundation for the first time, my husband's like, why are you so dark? It's like, did you go get a tan or something? I mean, it definitely gives me a nice tan. Like I said, it'll be perfect for summertime. So remember, if you're between two shades, go with the lighter one. The sponge feels so soft on your face. It just makes it for a nice flawless finish. See this light sharp edge? You can use it to put the foundation around your eyebrow. Like it says in those hard to reach spots. You wouldn't be able to do that with a beauty blender because it's not a sharp cut. So I'm going to conceal now my under eye, and for that I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC35 mixed with the LA Girl Pro Conceal Yellow Corrector. And the reason why I've been doing that is because I feel like that MAC Pro Longwear isn't my color. I went back to see if they have more of a lighter shade, kind of like yellowy. I didn't see any. All of them were either too pink or too orangey. So I'm just mixing it up with what I have. You know, I'll probably use this to highlight as well. Okay. Now I'm switching the side of my sponge and I'm going to use a smaller side. And to get into these harder spots, you gotta maneuver the sponge, you know? That's why it actually says you're in control. I'm gonna use a bigger side. Blend in this in. the bigger side as well for the top. I don't want to cover it. I don't really tend to cover it with my mirror. I'm sorry guys for the times I've covered the camera with my mirror. Okay, so now I'm switching back to the smaller side to do my nose highlight. Dab the product into my skin. Okay, let me just get a little bit closer. Do you guys see the finish of the foundation? It's so beautiful. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish my face off of camera and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I finished my face. I really love the finish on this foundation. It is very, very lightweight. Even if you build up to it, it does not feel heavy on the skin. I'm normally not looking for full coverage on a foundation, but it definitely did its job to covering up everything, and I like that. Just because sometimes I have days where I break out and sometimes I can't get the foundation to cover it, this foundation does the job. I definitely would recommend this foundation. It is worth the hype. I mean, I've seen a lot of hype over this little guy lately, and it's only what, $12.96, $13 at Walmart, so go get your hands on it. Now moving on to the sponge. The sponge, like I said, I would recommend it as well. If you're between these two sponges, I would definitely recommend the newest one. It is $3 more, but it is worth it. I definitely do like the different flat sides on the sponge. If you're not about the flat sides and you just want a basic sponge, just get either the regular one or the Real Techniques sponge, as they are affordable. Definitely will be using this sponge a lot more than the one they originally have. Okay, so I will be checking in later on at night. Okay, so right now it is 3:50. I did apply my foundation at like 2 something, so we'll count from there, and I will try to wear it as late as I can, and I won't retouch or pass any sponge or anything on my face, just so that we can see if it's up to 24 hours. I will definitely not do the 24 hours because then I would have to be up till like 4 in the morning. So no, I will just definitely try for probably 8 hours. Hey guys, so just checking back in. It is 11:16 right now. So from the time that I left was 3 something, and it did mention that I put the foundation like at 2 something, so it's been like 8 hours or so. I did not retouch the foundation. It looks the same. I did get itchy on this side, but even though I kind of scratched myself a little bit, it didn't fade away. As you guys can see, my blemishes are still covered. Still looks intact, so I'm just really tired now. Like, it still looks pretty good. The only thing that I just have to do is get the right shade for me, but other than that, it looks really good. Alright guys, so this completes the video. I hope you guys like it. If you did, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not. And I will see you guys till next time. Bye! Without further beveled. Oh my god! Beveled. Ew! Is this a mole? I think that's a mole. So I hope you guys liked this makeup tutorial. I will see. What? Please don't forget to thumbs this video.